Hello everyone. Welcome everyone to the second stream where I live code something using Claude Code. So this is something new that I'm doing and my second time doing this. And in today's live stream, we will be live coding a YouTube thumbnail maker app. So I'll explain what that is very soon. But some brief introduction. So this is the 16x channel. I'm building a bunch of AI related products. I'm also building this channel to help people understand more about AI coding, what are the tools and what are the best practices, and how do you leverage them to build products faster and better. I think there's a lot of demand for this kind of tutorial or guide or like a live kind of demo kind of thing. So that's why I'm building this. And in the last stream, we built some features into an existing app. So this stream will doing something from scratch. And this happens to be something that I actually need. So let's go into what this is. Right. So what is a YouTube thumbnail maker, right? So if you're not familiar with YouTube, you probably are familiar with YouTube and the thumbnails. Turns out that it's not that easy to make a YouTube thumbnail. I'll give you an example of a product that does this. So this is Canva, which is like a platform that allow you to create some graphics, and they have a YouTube thumbnail maker. You can see basically it allows you to add some background image, and then you add some text, make it look nice, and then you add some human that is kind of hollow and masked out, which looks nice. So this is how you typically make a YouTube thumbnail. So I think this is something that is very useful, and I need this for all my YouTube videos. And then I think it's also something that is relatively simple to do, like with vibe coding and Claude Code. So today I'm going to try to build a fully working YouTube thumbnail maker app, and I'm gonna use it to create the thumbnail for this video. That's something. So yeah, so I don't have any scripts for this live stream. This is completely unscripted. So we have the only thing I have is this product requirement that I wrote. So these are some things I want to have. Take note, this is a little bit technical because I am a software engineer by training, so I kind of know like what are the technical considerations. But let's go through this, right? So we want to support background image, similar to this kind of thing. And then we want to be able to add text, add photo, and then we can mask out woman. Obviously, we want to be able to edit all these elements and then download it as a pack or PNG. To keep this product simple, we don't deal with any kind of database or user management. It's just gonna be an app that is like publicly available. You can use it anywhere you want as long as you have the URL. Preferably, I want it to be based on HTML canvas because I think that's what all these companies like Figma and Canva This is a technology that allows you to manipulate graphics at a performance rate. And we don't want to use any frameworks because I think it will be an overkill for this kind of projects, and a lot of these frameworks are not built for this kind of use cases where you need heavy graphics manipulation. So just use some JavaScript or some specialized libraries, jQuery or something else, handle canvas. And if we have time, we'll be adding an optional feature, like we're gonna use AI and feed it the thumbnail and let the AI rate whether it will go viral. So that's something I also want, but let's see if we have time to do that. So this is gonna be completely from scratch. You can see I have nothing here. I've just created a folder called YouTube thumbnail maker, and my VS Code extension has added this file, but there's and this is cursor. I'm using Claude Code inside cursor to get the language server support and everything else. And yeah, so let's get started with making our YouTube thumbnail maker. So the estimated time I put for this project will be 2 hours. Let's see if we can finish it before 2 hours or longer than that. Claude Code is currently a little bit unstable, and they have cut their credits, so I'm not sure if it can last 2 hours. Let's see. So I have an alias for starting Claude Code, so this will open up Claude Code with automatic accept. And then I think this is quite a simple project. It's not gonna be like a very complicated SaaS app that has a lot of features. So I'm gonna try to use a simple workflow. Basically, I will ask the Claude Code to create a planning document, like a PRD with all the features, and then list out all the steps. And then I'm gonna ask Claude Code to work on it step by step. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to copy this product requirement and create a new file called maybe PRD. PRD is product requirement document. We want to paste it here, and then maybe I just say, okay, we want to. Okay, let's just use Whisper Flow here. We want to build a YouTube thumbnail maker app. Okay, yeah. So that's the PRD we have. We have the key features, we have the technical considerations, and then we have the optional features. Let's just remove that because that's not important. AI. Yeah, so I think that's the PRD I'm gonna give to Claude Code and see what kind of plan it can come out with, right? So I'm gonna ask the Claude Code to, based on the PRD, create a plan to build this YouTube thumbnail maker app. Save the plan to plan.md file. Yeah, because Claude Code can use the planning mode to do this, but I want the file that we can review. So let's ask it for the plan to be saved into the plan.md file so we can review. Let's see if this works. Okay, the plan should have steps to complete the app. Yeah, so oh yeah, I forgot to play some music. Try to on Spotify. And I have some playlist. So I also have this tool called CC usage that is doing live token monitoring on how much we're using. You can see we're using token, and this is our session. Okay, so it has created a plan. Let's see what the plan is. The first step is to initialize, second step is the foundation, third step is the background. And then we have the text and interactions. Interesting. Okay, so background and text. And then we have the image. Okay. So how is it gonna I'm not sure how it's gonna handle the layout. Let's see. Interactive handling. Download, UI UX polish. Okay, looks good. No manipulation. Vanilla JavaScript. JS main canvas elements. Yes. But oh, even suggested classes. Interesting. Canvas manager element, X element. I guess this is a common thing for people to build, so maybe there's some open source solutions that it's trying to refer to. Success criteria, estimate the phase. This is hilarious because AI always assume that a human will be doing this and give this kind of estimate in days, whereas we should be able to do it in a few hours, right? I guess not all of these requirements, but something basic and working, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so this actually looks good. I don't know about the layout, how it's gonna position the canvas versus the actual controls. So let's see. I think this is good. So a quick tip for Claude Code is that if you continue this conversation, the context will include all this planning. So to avoid wasting this context window, we're gonna start a new session and then just make use of this plan, right? So let me actually init a Git repo so that we don't lose anything. I'm gonna init this repo. And while we are at it, let's actually create a remote so that we don't accidentally delete this. Make it private first. And we can do this. Okay, so we have the repo here. Okay, so now we have the plan. We need it to execute it, right? So let's just execute it step by step and see how it goes. Work on phase 1, step 1. Let's try this. I think it should work. Why is it not showing planning file? This is a bit weird. Let's see if it can work. Okay, but I think the ID integration is having some problem. It's not showing up the context, but I think it still works. I'm a little bit worried about the token usage, but if anything goes wrong, we'll just switch to cursor. Okay, so we have an index.html file, we have a style file. We need to be able to run this web app, right? So I actually have a HTTP script that serves the website on port 8000. So let's see. We open up port 8000. Oh, okay. So we have the app actually running. That's interesting. I didn't expect this to work. Okay, cool. Okay, so I made a working HTML. I guess we can select the background color. Okay. The background color works, and then we have this. We have all these buttons that seems to work. Oh wow, let's see. Oh, it actually downloaded the image. Wow. Okay, so I guess we didn't need so many steps. It just works. Maybe we don't need 2 hours. I don't know. Okay, so we have completed the step 1. Okay, but we need to be able to track the progress, right? So let's just say mark the step as completed in the plan. Okay, so it marked this step as complete, and then the next time you should be able to continue on with that. So the same thing, because we completed this step, in order to not to waste the context window, because actually the agent doesn't need to know all this, right? When you work on the next task, so we're gonna clear the context window and start all over again, so that this is a fresh agent without any context, but it has this plan file that it can refer to. This way we can save a lot of code. I'm just gonna commit this file and then call it phase1.1 so that we don't lose any progress. And then we can continue to make it work on the step 2. Work on phase 1 step 2. Okay, actually I haven't taken a look at the code. Let's just look at the code and see what's actually happening. Right? So there's a canvas, and this main is just handling some basic stuff, which is interesting. Now we have a style that looks normal, okay, nothing too fancy here. Okay, so it's actually using like a class kind of thing, which is not something I would do, but I guess because we don't have a front-end framework, it can be helpful in organizing the code. So I'm not gonna ask it to refactor into like functions and stuff. So what is actually the step 2? You set up the canvas foundation, basic rendering context, add event listener. Okay, I think it's actually done, right? Not that. Handle touch start. So, oh, these are just console logging, not doing anything. I guess it should log something. Yeah, it logs something. That's cool. Actually, this doesn't actually do much. Let me just use cursor's autocomplete to mark this as done, so that we don't need to waste Claude Code tokens for such trivial task. And then we're gonna commit this. Phase 1.2 done. Now move on to the phase 3. I think this is actually done already. Oh, but we need to add the subtle pattern background, right? So let's see. Work on phase 2.1. Oh, this is not phase 2.1. This is phase 2 step 3. Okay. I guess we can just say step 3. Why is it not reading the plan file? The plan file is supposed to show up on the bottom right corner here, but it's not getting the context. I guess there's some bug here. Try to reopen it now. And I should be able to recognize the file that I'm currently. It still doesn't. Okay. Must be a bug introduced recently. Okay. I'm just gonna be explicit about this, work on step 3 of the plan file. Since the context auto recognition is not working for some reason. Okay. So it's creating a to-do list, but actually all these are already there. This is not really necessary. How we're doing on the tokens. Okay. We have some custom colors. Not sure what those are. Patterns. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see what is actually changing. So we have quick colors and patterns. Let's actually use this. Just see the changes. It's adding quick colors and patterns, and it's adding some method to render these patterns. We have some CSS. I'm not sure what these are, and I'm guessing these are for the buttons. Let me refresh this. Oh, it's not. Okay. Guess I need to run it again. Oh, okay. So now we have quick colors, custom color. Okay, so we just need to click on them. Nice. And then we have gradient, stripes. The stripes are like kind of nice. It's like an automatic. And then we have the dots. But the colors are not nice though. Like these colors look very bright. They are not very nice looking, right? But I guess, okay, let's just ask it to change colors. These colors are not suitable for a YouTube thumbnail. Give me better colors. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is the classic Claude response. Let's see if it can give us some better colors. And how is it actually generating the pattern? I'm quite curious. How is it generating the stripes? Okay, so it just darkens the color and then generates. Okay, now we have some interesting colors. I can see that it's like better. I think I can see that it's better. Yeah, so I think we'll go with these colors. Yeah, so I guess we're done with step 3, right? So let's just mark this as complete. This. Okay. Step 3 completed. And then we can move on to text. So the same thing, we're just gonna work on step 4, right? So new context. I guess the context recognition doesn't really. This is not good, right? So it doesn't actually recognize which file I'm on. This is really weird. It used to work really well, but somehow it's not working. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's not connected. not match the current work directory. Huh? It doesn't make any sense. User paradise, YouTube thumbnail make. It's the same, right? Claude Code extension or plugin. Ah, maybe the Claude Code extension is not. Let's try to read. This is really weird. I never seen this before. It's not detecting that it's inside a cursor. Even though it's the same directory, it's not refusing to work. Must be some hit command escape to launch cursor in your IDE. I guess I need to use this cursor. Okay. Yeah, it's connected, but I want it to be connected here. Oh, it's not working. I guess that's because I'm running the bypass. That reason why. It still doesn't work. Really weird. Okay, now it's connected. Okay, now it's connected and working. Okay, I just need to toggle the auto accept. Okay. That took us a while, so let's go ahead and work on step 4. Now you should be able to know, like, I'm inside the plan file, and that's the step 4. Yep. So we should have a working text edit system after this step is done. You can see it's actually looks like we're pretty much on track. We have about 12 steps and we're on step 4. And in terms of token, we're still doing good. Yeah, if you have any questions on like Claude Code or like coding in general, you can also ask, because we're just waiting for Claude Code to work. Now it's trying to render the text font. Let's see, text control. And then this is the text element. Ah, interesting. So I guess this renders the text. Oh, it's something that I'm not sure if it can handle is the persistence. I don't know if it does handle, or it doesn't handle persistence, right? We need to save this somehow. I guess this is one missing feature. So if we just refresh, I will lose all the progress, right? That's not good. So we needed to be able to save the progress. Explain that what you're trying to create, what tool you're using. Music a bit loud, okay, sure. Reduce the music a little bit. So I'm trying to create a like a YouTube thumbnail maker like this one. So you can add some add some text, add some background, add some images, add some human, and then create a thumbnail that looks good. So I think this is a very useful tool for me. As you can see, I have some videos here and the thumbnails are not very great, so I want to be able to create a YouTube thumbnail maker that make the thumbnails look better. So that's the main motivation why I'm building this. Yeah, hopefully I can get something that I can use myself and it will be quite useful for other people, right? Like those people who are like making YouTube videos. So I want to be able to generate like something like this, right? That has some nice looking font and then like a human, stuff like that. Yeah. And then the font will need to be able to have various styles, right? I think we're getting there. Let's see what we have. So we have a text editing system. Okay, let's try. Okay, so we can edit the text here. Test. Okay, so it does show up. Okay, we can select the text. I can already see this layout being a problem. There's no way I need to be able to like kind of snap this left side. We can select the font. Okay, it does work, and then we can change the color. Okay, so there's a lot of problems currently. Okay, the color doesn't work. But it does work. We have the weight and the alignment. Okay, cool. So there's a few problems. Let's solve them one by one. One is that the data is not persistent. We need the persistent system persistence. But the text is actually working. So like a very basic text system is working. Let's just mark this as done. Okay. But there's a lot of improvements to be made, right? You lose touch. Okay, I will answer that after I enter my next prompt. I think that's a very interesting question. Step 4. Okay, ID connected, nice. So I actually want to add a step 4.5, so I'm just gonna ask Claude Code to insert a step. Insert the step after step 4 to persist the data so that when user refresh the page, all the data are still there and no progress is lost. We can store them in local storage, I guess. Yeah, so how do you keep the technical skills? I think you just need to have a good understanding of what to use. For example, like in this case, do you store in cookie or local storage or whatever, session storage or something like that? You need to be able to know what tools to use on a high level, like kind of technology like Canvas versus HTML and stuff like that. But you don't need to care about all the, I think the low level, all this, DOM APIs. I think they are kind of no longer required to be studied. Like I don't need to remember all this get element by ID and stuff, because the AI is quite good on it. It's changing all the numbers. Okay, interesting. So I added a data persistent. To save the project, restore, preserve all elements, and manual save. Okay. We don't need the manual save load, right? Let's just remove that. Yeah, so okay, so now we have the plan with step 5. Let's need this, add data persistence. So now I'm gonna ask the AI to work on step 5. And for those who are just joining, I'm trying to create a YouTube thumbnail maker using Claude Code. This is everything from scratch. I only have this product requirement document, and then everything else is generated by Claude Code. So this is our plan, and this is our current progress. I mean, it looks kind of nice. It has like a YouTube red color that looks nice, and then we have all these patterns that already work, which is pretty nice. And we can add some text. The UI is a bit weird, but it actually works. But yeah, so you can see we have the local storage stuff here. Trying to save the local storage. Let's see how it does it. I'm quite curious on how it would give it. Okay, so it's trying to serialize it as a JSON object, right? So it's trying to save all the fields into. Okay, so okay, now I see what it's trying to do here. So because we have all the things as kind of classes, let me try to collapse this. We have this text element, so it can actually save the instances of these classes as a JSON, like serialize it and then save it as a JSON. So I guess that's what it's trying. But how about the background though? How does it know the background? Okay, so it's a canvas manager has the background. So how is it saving the canvas background? Okay, it's saving it just inside the JSON. This is load, this is save. Okay, so it's just saving the background. Okay. Version and timestamp. Okay, looks pretty good. I think that's how I would do it as well. I wouldn't want to enumerate all these fields because every time I add a new field, I have to change this. So that's something I would not want it to happen. This is a common anti-pattern I see a lot of devs making. And then because you would be constantly adding new fields to the elements, right? And then you need to constantly update this thing. So typically I will use spread operators and stuff like that. So let's try to ask the AI to do that. So I'm just gonna select this. You can see here that this is we have the context here, 12 lines selected. Avoid enumerating all the properties. Use something that is more robust. Yeah, so let's tell Claude Code to do that. So this is kind of human supervision. Like if you are experienced in this kind of code, then you would know what to do. Why is it still like this on my screen? Oh, I'm pretty sure this code has been updated to this, but it's still okay. This is some weird cursor bug. Let's not save this. I guess because I edited the file, that's why it's kind of weird. So this is the actual file, right? So it changed it to serialized, and then use the spread operator to clone it, and then it delete the selected, which is correct, and then we have the serialized type. I guess that looks a little bit better. 5 element and data. Okay, looks. However, probably we need some kind of discriminated union to make this more elegant, but I think for now it works. Let's see if it actually works. So we're gonna select some color, select some stripe, add some text, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna refresh. Okay, it's still here, right? Oh, the pattern selection is gone, but I guess it's a small issue. If I select this text, change the assignment to center. Oh wait, oh, it doesn't allow me to change the actual place where it's placed. So let's change it to Comic Sans, change it to a larger size. But the size doesn't work. The size, oh, it does work. It does work. Let's see. Okay, it does save this, right? So if I open this in a new tab, it still works. Let me change the font to very big and close this. Refresh. Okay, so it does work. So the persistent actually works. That's great. So we're gonna mark this step 5 as completed using cursors autocomplete because we don't want to waste any token. Step 5 completed. So our burn rate is still okay. We burn about 10,000 tokens. Let's move on to the step 6, which is click to select, which we already have. Drag and drop. Okay, so this one is gonna be a little bit harder, but I think it should be okay. Work on step 6. Yeah, for those who are just joining, I'm trying to live code a YouTube thumbnail maker similar to the one that you can find on Canva to make this kind of thumbnails. So we need to be able to have background image, text, photos, editing features. And here's our progress. So we have some very basic background, which looks not too bad. And then we have some text. Yeah, we're trying to add more features to it based on our plan. So we have the plan that consists of 14 steps, and we're on step 6 right now. So we're like halfway there almost, and we are like 40 minutes in. Yeah, we should be able to finish this. Let's see if it actually works. So we have the resize handler, and we have the what is this? Okay, this is some JavaScript stuff that I'm just gonna pretend I know what's happening. Is resizing, okay. So this is all inside the text element, right? So I think at this stage, how long is our main file? Okay, it's quite long, 600 lines. So I think I will ask it to kind of refactor this to break it up because it's getting a little bit long. Yeah, so we can definitely break this into 4 different files. So let's do that after this. Oh, well, why is my music stopped? Actually, I can reduce the music volume here and make it louder for myself. Yeah, let me know if the music is too loud. What is this IDE? This is Cursor, the competitor of Claude Code. But you can use them together. So I mainly use this Cursor to just do code review inside this code review source control panel. Here you can see all the code changes that Claude Code has made. You can also see the file, open the file directly. This is pretty nice. I use this to review the code. a cursor is itself a fork of VS Code, which is why all the extensions would work. Okay, so it's taking some time to make this text selection thing work, right? I guess this is the one of the more complicated thing about working with Canvas. I did have some previous experience working with Canvas in my previous jobs, so I kind of know it's a little bit tricky to do this kind of thing, but I think there are enough samples in the internet. Okay, they say step 6 is completed. Let's see. Okay, that's great. I can drag and drop my items here. Okay, so let's make it 16x live stream. Yeah, so now the text can be drag and dropped. Why are you using light mode? I like light mode. Sorry, that's just my personal preference. I like everything light. Yeah. So you can see I can drag this and then I can kind of close this and reopen this. It's still there, so the persistence still works. I can drag this and edit the text content, which is nice. I can even rotate this. So the box, the rotation box actually is not positioned correctly. Okay, so yeah, definitely there's some bug with this rotation. Rotation box is not positioned correctly. Yeah, this is the bug. Okay, let's ask it to fix. When the text is rotated, the rotation bounding box is off, and I cannot select any controls. Fix it. Okay, let's see if we can fix this. Oh, remember that we need to also kind of do a refactoring after this. Don't forget that. Is point inside does not account for rotation. We need to update the transform mouse coordinate back to the text look. This is all very math. We have the sine and cosine stuff here. Okay. As you can imagine, if I were to code this myself, I would have to do a lot of learning about the math and sine and cosine and everything. But now I don't need to, I guess. That's very good. I can just trust that AI would do the right thing, and then I can see if it actually works, right? If it works, then it works. It's correct. It's very easy to verify. Just waiting for it to say complete. Okay, now it says complete. Let's see. It's completely off. It's still not correct. Can I delete this text actually? I can't. Interesting. Let me add a new text and see if it works. Yeah, it's still wrong, right? This is complete. Yeah, the red box is not in the correct place. White coding 101. Yeah, but this should be quite simple to fix, right? The red bounding box is still not in the right place after the text is rotated. I trust Claude Code to fix this. I mean, it's just like 800 lines of code, right? maybe it's a sign that we need to refactor the code, right? Remember I said I want to refactor after this task, but maybe I should have refactored it before so that it can handle this task better. Because with 800 lines of code, it's kind of pushing it to the limit. I still wrong. I guess at least this. Let me see if I can locate the rotation cursor. No, I can't. I think the rotation cursor is just not in the right place. Maybe it's the serialization and deserialization. Yeah, I'm working with only one file. Yeah, let's see if I need to refactor this. Maybe I shouldn't have rotated it. Okay. Let's deal with this rotation problem later, and then let's reset this thing first, and then refactor first, and then we're gonna solve the rotation bug. I think that's a better way to handle it, because clearly it's getting stuck here. Let me clear the site data, so now everything is cleared. I'm gonna add a text here. So far everything is working. Let's use the dark mode kind of thing. So far everything is working, so this is good. We just don't rotate first. We do the refactoring first. We're gonna call this step 6 with bug. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask Claude Code to refactor the file. Refactor this file to break it into smaller modules. Yeah, I think in hindsight I should have broken it down like way earlier. This is a little bit too much. Let me see if the control thing is. Where is the selection? So this is the UI controller, text control. Where is it drawing the bounding boxes? I guess it should be in the text. Render selection, render resize handler. Okay, these are the. I think these are the things that rendering. Where is the rotation handler? Render selection. Where is the size handler? Okay, we have hit our first problem. Now I don't know which one is rendering the. I guess I could just enable the colorize thing. This one have some performance issue, but at least it allow me to see the colors. Not working. Try to start. Guess I need to reopen. Still not working. Why is everything not working today? This should give me the colors that it's not working. State main to import. Okay, at least the refactoring is still going on. How can we restart the colorize? I want to restart this colorize. Oh, it's not activated for this. Oh, why is it not activated? Okay, so just need to include the JS file. Okay, now it works. Okay, now I can see the resize handler is here because it's green, right? That's good. I know where it is now. I'm still trying to do the refactoring. This is very good organization. But it's having trouble like replacing this whole file with import. Yeah, this is a massive edit. The lesson learned is that you need to break down the files as quickly as possible, otherwise you will run into a lot of issues. So we have the UI control. Where is it using the text element? A canvas manager. Okay, interesting. So the canvas manager imports the text element. UI controller is standalone. Oh, this is for the right side. This is the background renderer, and this is the color utility. Okay. Reasonable. And now everything doesn't work. Cannot use import. Okay. I think this is a fairly simple fix. You should be able to figure out how to fix this. Yep. Just need to add the type equal. Let's see. Okay, it works. Everything still works. Oh, the resize works. Okay, nice. The resize is working correctly. Only the okay. I guess it's not exactly very intuitive, but it works. If you drag it from the bottom. So everything is working except for the rotation. I guess we can record it as a bug and then fix it later. Let's not get stuck here. Right? Completed the refactoring, and then we have like a bug with. Let's just record the bugs here, right? So the bug is when I rotate the text bounding box position is off. Text bounding box with rotation handler. Position. Okay, we have a bug file, and then we can come back and fix all these ASCII bugs. Yes, we have completed the step 6. Let's mark this as done. Step 6 is now we can do the photo upload. Nice. So let's do this. Work on step 7. it's gonna start from fresh and then read the plan and then create a to-do and analyze the code base and work on it. So yeah, so I guess the Claude Code is smart enough to know that you need to analyze the current code base. So I don't have to tell it to analyze the code. Previously I tell it to analyze the code base, but I realized I don't actually need to because that's the logical thing to do. So I think the music is still a little bit too loud again. I have to reduce it. Perfect. And file upload. So this will allow us to upload the image. Okay, so it's a very good time for me to take a selfie be used as a test image. Let me just do this. Okay, look at the screen. Take a screenshot. I can get my glasses to not reflect. Okay, I think that should have worked. Let me see. It's a little bit weird, but let's work with this first. I know this is not ideal, but let's try with this one. Test image, test photo. Very authentic. Okay, so it's trying to do a bunch of things that I don't really know what's happening. Let's see. Add image element. Okay, so it's creating a new element, image element. And then it's adding it to the canvas. And the canvas manager would need to do a bunch of stuff. Okay, looks reasonable. Why is it trying to run Python? That's weird. It's not supposed to know that it's capable of running Python. It's checking for syntax errors. Maybe don't. Okay. I think it's completed this step. Let's try it out. We have this text. Let's change it to 6. Put it here. Hit a little. And this image. Okay, nice. So can render this photo. Okay, let's see if the export works. Download as a PNG. Yeah, it does work. So we got this. Let's refresh. Okay, the photo is still there. Ah, that's interesting. So how is it saving the photo? Wait, where is the save to local storage? Okay, so it's saving it as a data URL. I'm kind of curious. I mean, I don't have to do this, but I'm just checking if what it's trying to save, right? It's saving as a base64 image. So it should be a very, very long string. I'm not sure if everything can fit into local storage, but it seems to fit. That's a good thing. Yeah, so everything except for rotation works. I'm a little bit afraid of testing rotation, but we should be able to add a import and export feature, right? I think that's something that's easy to do. We have the export feature here. But I want to export like the project, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Export, what do you call that? Export the project and import the project. So basically the image thing works. Scaling and cropping. Where is the cropping? There's no cropping here. And there's no cropping, and it doesn't allow deletion of all. Now this is awkward. So at least let's add a delete photo feature. Continue the previous conversation. Add the ability to delete text and photo elements. Okay, so we're past 1 hour mark. I think we're making good progress. Actually, a lot of the later features we have already done, so we don't need to do them. Add a delete button. Delete, keyboard shortcut. What the hell is HTML toolbar? Oh, it's this thing. Oh, we are only at 36k token. Okay. One thing about Claude Code is that it's actually quite slow in implementing features. So you might as well do something else when you're waiting. Yeah. I don't think we'll be able to do like something as good as this. But let's see how far can we go with this. Delete button, set up keyboard shortcuts. Actually, we don't need keyboard shortcut. I guess it's good to have. Delete shortcut. Delete selected element. Delete select. Oh, save to load. Okay, let's see if it works. So we have this, and we can delete selector. Nice. Add a text. Change the background color. Delete. Oh, it doesn't. It is just unselect. Doesn't actually delete. I guess it works. Okay, so the delete function works. And we're where are we? Okay, so that's just a ad hoc task that we added. And then we actually completed this step 7 already, so yes. But we didn't actually do the cropping. Do we support cropping? I think so, right? Okay, let's do the cropping first. Add ability to crop image. Yeah, I guess that's sufficiently explanatory, self-explanatory. I think cropping would be one of the harder features to implement because it's just very tricky to handle. And then human mask is probably the hardest to handle, unless we can find the library or something to do that. Crop image before placing on canvas. Okay. Okay, so this is a basic typing kind of crop. It's not actually like a drag and drop crop. I guess it would work. It's not the best user experience, but it does satisfy the requirement, and then we can improve on the user experience later. Set up image control. Balance and apply. How do you render? Let's see how does it render. Draw image. Okay, so it's drawing the crop image. It's just drawing like a part of the image to achieve cropping. What is this step crop area? Is it actually doing the drag and drop thing? Oh wow, it's actually doing the interactive cropping mechanism, I think. Interesting. How would it actually work? I'm not too sure. I will be a bit surprised if the UI based drag and drop would work. I should tell it to not run the Python, right? Okay, let's just create a Claude.md file and then ask it to not run server. Let's see the crop image. Is there a crop? Don't know. Doesn't look like there's a feature to crop here. Okay, this is getting a little bit weird. Definitely something funny going on when you drag it from the other side. Let's see if I crop what is. I guess this is like 4 coordinates. Invalid crop dimension. Apparently, I think it's very clear that this doesn't actually work. This is XY width and height. Okay. Why would this not work? Invalid crop dimension. So this doesn't actually work. If crop x plus crop width return. Okay, so this is applying some complicated math logic. So in order for this to work, I need to reduce this to 450. Yeah, that works. Okay. It's some math involved that is not very intuitive at all. Does it actually show the crop thing though? Let me see. If I change this to 300, does it actually render it? No, it doesn't. And what is the rendering thing? It doesn't change how this is. It doesn't. Okay, so there's a lot of cleanup to do here, like in terms of usability and everything. I think it's a good time to improve the UX, because otherwise this is gonna be very hard to move forward. I think the crop is like barely working, right? Barely working. I think we need a crop, like a interactive crop feature, right? So I think, okay, so let me think, what should I do here? Clearly the crop feature does work if you calculate it correctly. If you calculate it correctly, it does work. But it's very not intuitive. So I'm gonna commit this. And then make it possible to crop. So firstly, I'm gonna rewrite this HTML bar to make it like more easily accessible. And then secondly, I'm gonna make the crop more user-friendly. That's a plan. So what I'm gonna do here is okay, I think I can move the actions. Okay, I think I know what to do. Move the action buttons to below the canvas instead of on the right side. The action buttons are the buttons that show up when the user select an element. Yeah, I think this would look nicer than what we have currently. Otherwise, we need to keep scrolling to find these buttons, which is very not nice. I think this is just an HTML change, right? It would be quite fast. And then we need to actually make the cropping more user-friendly. Is there actually a crop feature here that I'm not aware of? I think it's supposed to work, but somehow it doesn't work. That's my guess. Oh, he's trying to find the action button implementation. Oh no, this is gonna burn a lot of tokens. These subtasks are not very efficient. Let me check the token usage. We're at 47k. I think we'll run out of token very soon. What is actually drag and drop? Interactive. This doesn't actually make any sense. And maybe we can move the cropping thing to here, right? To make this interactive editor. Now we already have this, we don't need this. I think we don't need layer management. We can keep that, and then we can add interactive cropping of image. Okay, let's add this here, and then we'll come back to this in phase 5. Yeah, I think that's a better plan. I also need a Claude. This doesn't actually move it. Okay, that's sweet. The text controls and the image controls are still on the right side. I think we also desperately need a Claude.md file to ask it to not start the server every time. This looks pretty cool. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, we did get something that is kind of working. I'm quite happy, but yeah, it looks very ugly. Okay, so this is on the bottom, but it's kind of like a vertical thing. Want it to be like a row. The action controls should be a row instead of a column. Let's see, I think this should be quite a simple change. Let's see. No. I mean the buttons inside the control, not the control area itself. Yeah, I think it got a little bit confused. It made the whole area in one row. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. Okay. So delete selected and the control area should be on 2 rows. the buttons within the control areas should be in one row. I think this is specific enough. I'm not sure why it's not understanding it. It's still I guess this is okay. Currently all the actions are in one column. Make it a flex that is row in direction and wrap when the width exceeds the row. Yeah, I think it's somehow very confused. This doesn't usually happen. I mean, there's some weird conspiracy theory that Sonnet is getting nerfed. Like, it shouldn't make this kind of mistakes, I feel like. Or maybe it's just the CSS file is very messed up. It's still the same. Text content, font, size are still in one column. They should be in a row which wraps. I think the CSS is a little bit messed up. No, it isn't. It's trying to gaslight me now. Check HTML, CSS, and everything. Yeah, some weird CSS stuff. But I think I know what the problem is. So Sonnet was recently changed so that it doesn't read all the content of the file, it just reads selected portions of the file, right? So it only reads part of the CSS and it's trying to make that change. But somehow the CSS in the other parts are overriding it and the model doesn't know about this, so it thinks that it's correct. But actually it's not making a correct change. It's still the problem. My god. Still the same. They are still vertically in one column. There's some more CSS problem. Oh, it's trying to run open. Oh, what is it trying to do? I see the issue. Oh. What? Why did it just run open? Okay, this time it looks more correct to me. I mean, I'm just roughly looking at this code. At least the class name says row. Should work. This is very weird. I never had ASP.NET make this kind of mistakes before. Okay, now it's actually working. That's good. Hi, nice to meet you. Just vibe coding some thumbnail generator. Okay, so now we have fixed this problem. It looks a little bit better now. I'm trying to avoid like writing any code. So I'm just gonna ask Claude Code to do everything here. So we just completed a UX change. We fix the layout. Let's commit this. And then yeah, this looks not too bad. Okay, I'm just gonna make one small change myself because this is too big. Okay, there are H1 here. I'm just gonna make H1 like slightly smaller because it's way too big and taking up too much. This is React. But you know what to do, right? No, this is not React. This is just a JavaScript. There's no React here. Everything is just JavaScript and vanilla JS and DOM. Wait, my H1 thing didn't work. Header H1. Oh, there's a header H1. Oh, okay. Just need to finish this. Okay, now it's like smaller and I can see more stuff here. Great. Why is there so much space between? Oh, header in bottom. Let's make this tough. Why light theme? Because I like light theme. Sorry, that's just how it works. Okay, let's... The delete selected is a bit weird, but I think I can work with that. Not trying to create a perfect product, just make something that I can use, right? Okay, so we fixed the layout. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, face mask detection, right? I think this is gonna be one of the harder thing to do. So basically want to crop out the face and then make it like something like this, where like it's just a human, right? No background. So I think it's a little bit hard to do, but let's see what it does. Oh, first I need to work with like, okay, thanks. Let's first init the Claude Code, because I feel like without a Claude, the MD file it's just going all over the place, right? We need something to control it and make it not run random things. So actually, I'm not too sure for a new project, when do you create this Claude.md file? Like, obviously you can't do it when there's nothing, right? So what's the correct time to create this file? Do you create it after you write the PRD or after setting up the basic structure? I'm not too sure what's the best practice actually. Yeah, but I think I definitely created it a little bit too late. Maybe I should have created it like after step 2 or step 3, when I have the basic setup. I just like light mode. Like my eyes can't see things very clearly when it's dark mode. I think there's some problem with my eye, so like in dark mode I can't actually focus on the text. Everything is very blurry, but it works well when it's in light mode. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, I can still see, like for example, this what do you call it, cursor website is completely dark. Oh, cursor is actually is light. Yeah, cursor is the light mode. But I think the linear app is all dark. I can still see it, but it's like a little bit hard for me to see. If you want something controlled, wouldn't it be easier to achieve with test-driven? Oh, I don't think you can do test-driven development here. Like it's very hard to test the canvas stuff, right? Have you look at this all this API? It's very difficult to test anything to render on canvas. I think it's easier to test if you are working with HTML, but canvas is like very hard. It's just all like you need to be able to like kind of take screenshots and do stuff to know what is happening. It's very hard to do. I mean, this is not like a to-do app kind of difficulty. It's like, I would say it's much harder than a to-do app because you're trying to like manipulate graphics on a canvas. Believe it or not, this is actually very hard to do. You might think this is very easy, but it's not the easiest technology to work with, but it's very powerful, right? You can do a lot of weird things later if you do it correctly. So this is the technology that powers Figma, and I also believe Canva uses Canvas. So it's very powerful, but it's very hard to test. Let's see this Canvas interaction data processing. Okay, I think I need to. Okay, it does have both. I think I need to add some reminders. Assume the test server is running. Never start server on your own. Leave testing to user. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now we can have some control over the behavior of code. Okay. Okay, I think it is fine. So the canvas can be controlled with Playwright. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I know about Playwright and stuff. I think it's a good way to test. But Claude, if you've been playing around with models, you know Claude is the worst in terms of visual recognition. It's like quite bad at recognizing visual elements and images in general. So I wouldn't think Claude would be the best to use Playwright MCP. I think it could work. I haven't tried. Maybe I'll try it next time, but not in this stream because we're almost there. So I'm not gonna introduce a new tool. So let's continue on working on the step 8. Work on step 8. Yeah, so I will just I'll just work on the face detection thing. I'm not sure if it would actually work. Let's come. You mean Playwright can actually click on canvas elements? Like it will be able to see canvas elements? I don't think so, right? I don't think Playwright has such features. Yeah, it's just visual comparison, right? It can't tell like where the buttons are or where the elements are. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. Let's see the effects. What is it trying to do? Add the filters and effects. I don't think we need this. Image rotation, transparency, basic face detect. Okay, sure. I'll take all those features, I guess. I think it haven't finished. It doesn't work. Oh, now it should work. Doesn't seem to work. Okay. Oh, it's just changing the control. It's not actually changing how it renders. Wait, it's not actually changing how it renders? Filters. I don't think this actually works, right? It's trying to gaslight me again. Context.filter. It doesn't apply to this image. Interesting. There must be a bug somewhere. Doesn't matter, I don't actually need these features, so I guess just leave it up as broken. I'll just add a note in bugs. The filters on the image does not work. I just add it into the bug and then fix it. Oh, face blur, let's see. How does it handle the face? What is the face blur? I don't need face blur, I need face masking. Oh no, I think it misinterprets face masking as face blur. Oh no. It doesn't work. What is it trying to do? Face blur? Is it trying to... No, the face blur doesn't work. Okay, let's just read. Remove the face blur feature and try to add a feature that just crop out the face, like as a mask. You can use a third-party library to do it. Yeah, I guess we need a third-party library, right? There's no way you can do it directly. I actually don't know what this face blur is trying to do, but it doesn't work, so let's just remove it. Now I can see the nice thing about a class, because I think when you save a class, it actually serializes all the fields. Yeah, it actually serializes all the fields of the class. That's pretty good to know. You don't have to enumerate them. Face API. What the hell is Face API? I don't know if this is legit. Let me check it out. Face API. .js. I don't know. This is some TensorFlow stuff. It just gives you the bounding box, right? It doesn't actually create a mask. Let's see if it works. I will be shocked if it actually works. Okay, it literally hand. Maybe wait. It's still hanging. Still hanging. One face detected and cropped as separate element. Okay. So it did get a bounding box, but it's not a mask, right? We need a mask, not a bounding box. Let me see if this actually persists. It does persist. So if I open this again, I should have this. Okay, that's nice. Let's delete this. I don't need a bounding box, I need a mask. This is just a bounding box that is rectangular. I need a mask that is like just mask out the human. It's kind of pushing it, but let's see if it works. The resulting element should just consist of the human, and everything else in the background should be transparent or alpha. Segmentation. Not sure if that works. Oh, person segmentation library. Maybe you're right. I didn't know this is called segmentation. I thought it's just like a mask. I was using, looks like I'm the one using the wrong terminology. Okay, interesting. Human figure, person segmentation, transparent background. That's so. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's now using a. Well, let me tell you a cool thing about myself. I actually contributed to this library. Believe it or not, I'm actually one of the contributors to this library. You can see my username is Paradise, and if I go to TensorFlow.js and search, and you can see I actually helped to fix some bugs. I think if you click on this, then you can see all my commits. So it's nice to use the library I helped to build in my own project. I mean, I have faith in this library. It's very old, but I think it should still work. Okay, let's open the console log to see what actually happens here. TensorFlow thing is not available, right? Segmentation model not loaded. This is weird. Segmentation model not loaded. Like the take time to load. Script. Bird. Okay, so this thing looks loading AI model. Okay, so it has to load the AI model. I mean, this is probably the hardest feature to do, so I'm expecting to spend some time here. This music is a little bit weird. Check libraries. It's trying to add a bunch of checks that I don't actually need. Huh. I don't really need all this, but I don't want to interrupt Claude Code. Let's see. Loading AI model. What is actually happening here? Failed. Ah, okay. Interesting. So Claude was hallucinating this URL. Ah, this is the version that I have to publish. Huh, interesting. I mean, I can just check this library, right? Shit, this is kind of already deprecated. 0.1. It works. 2.2.1. 0.1. Latest. TensorFlow models. Polypix 2.0. Image segmentation is hard to do, brother. Like with Python backend. Yeah. I'm kind of pushing it, but let's see if it actually works. Oh, AI model is ready. Okay. Okay, so it seems like 2.0 works. Let's try out. Nothing to lose. Okay, everything just hang, which is expected. Successfully extracted. Ah. 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 Ha ha ha. Nice. Nice. It's not the best looking, but it works. Nice. Let me take another photo of myself and see if it... Actually, I have some other photos of myself, right? Like, I can just use another photo of myself. Okay, maybe not. I don't want to dox myself, but okay, let me just take another photo of myself, like a laughing one, like a surprise one. Okay. I'm having so much fun. Okay, so I got this. Let me do a little bit of cropping. And upload this image. and then delete this one, and then let's try to extract this. Oh, nice. Now because I already loaded the model, so it's very fast. Okay, it actually works. So I have two models. I have two humans here. Can you believe it? It actually works. Oh wait, I can't resize this. Oh no. Oh, I can. It's just very finicky. Vibe coding. A YouTube thumbnail. Okay, 72. Add another text. Move my person here. White. 72. Nail maker. Okay, I think the thumbnail should be here. Thumbnail. And then YouTube here. Okay. Yes. Yes. Not bad. And probably I should say that this thumbnail was made using this app, right? This okay, maybe I should use Whisper Flow. This thumbnail is made using the Vibe Code app. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can delete my not surprised face. It's all very, very finicky, but it actually works. Can you believe it? It actually works. This is crazy. Download a photo. Yes. Oh, I don't know. Does the stripe look better or the dots look better? Or the gradient? I think maybe the dots look better. Can you believe it? It actually works. Okay, I think we have achieved the plan. We have actually achieved the plan, right? So this is actually what I wanted to build, and it's pretty good. We don't need interactive cropping of the image because we have the people segmentation, right? So we don't actually need this feature at all, right? I can delete this feature. Oh, let's add a feature to export and import projects as JSON files, right? I think that would be useful to have like a project transfer from one person to another. So let's say body segmentation working. And then let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, let's add a new feature to import and export projects. Add a new feature to export and import project, aka save as JSON and import JSON file. Change the current export image as to save as image. Oh, we didn't run out of Claude Code quota as well. Interesting. I thought we would definitely run out. So we used the 63k tokens, and we still haven't finished. I guess Claude Code. By the way, did it cache the model? No, it didn't cache the model, right? It cached the resulting element. Yeah, it did cache the resulting element because this is just a. Remember, this is a canvas, so these are all just base64 images. So this is an image. Like if I close this and then reopen this, it will still show up. So that's the magic of canvas. You just need a JSON file and then everything is saved. It's pretty nice. Let's see the import and export feature. Okay, project export, project import, project. Let's see. I want to see the JSON file just in case I. Test the functionality in browser. How do you test? We don't have Playwright MCP. Nice. A user can save it. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Export project. Oh, okay. That's very interesting. I wouldn't expect it to fail like this. Sometimes it can make this kind of silly mistake. It's weird. Like there's some weird issue. Yeah, it should work. So some weird stuff going on. Oh, now it works. Ah, it's just a browser cache, I guess. Let's see what's actually inside this file. We had the element, the text. This is the text. This is the text. And then this is the image, which is base64 encoded. Yep, pretty much what I would expect. So it all works. Okay, let's try to test the import. Let's try to, maybe open Safari and then to localhost 8000. Now it's empty. Let's import the project. Project imported successfully. Nice. It actually works. Everything works. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I said the estimated duration of the stream is 2 hours, and it's exactly 2 hours. So I would say my estimate was on time. What do I need to do? Okay, I need to edit this video. Oh, actually this is a better thumbnail, right? It actually shows that I'm making this thumbnail using my tool, right? This is actually a better thumbnail than the thumbnail itself. It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So I guess I will use this as the thumbnail instead of the thumbnail that was generated. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I want to do for today. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. We managed to create the YouTube thumbnail generator. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. I need to push this and then deploy this so that everybody can use it. So that you can try it out yourself. So let's do that. So this is my project, and then I need to make it fun and page. I need to select this. Why? Summer branch. Main root. Wait, how do I deploy this? I can't actually deploy this. What's happening? Is it actually being deployed? No, it's not. Huh. Why does it not show me the thing? Okay, maybe just use this. Okay, I guess you must have a deprecate or something. Okay, so now it's deploying. Because this is just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so everybody should be able to run this without problem. Let me double check. Okay. This is a little bit sus. I could move this to a local thing instead of loading it from remote. Yeah, I mean that could be an improvement. Okay, it's deployed. So yeah, this is the website. Oops. Wait, what? I can't copy paste into chat? That's sad. Let me just go to here. Yep. Okay. So now you can go to this page and then do your own thing. You can import stuff. Yep, it still works. Okay. Okay, great. So now this is actually live and app that everybody can use. So yeah, so we've completed all the key features, and then we don't have time to do this AI-based rating system, but I think that's fine. And then I'll just update all my social links to the YouTube video. Oh yeah, we want to check how big is this project, right? Let's see. About 2,000 lines of code. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, so that's all for this stream. Thank you everyone, and a good night for those in the morning, the evening, and for those just woke up, or in the afternoon, good morning and good afternoon. And yeah, see you guys in the next stream. It will be announced very shortly, I think. Yeah. Thank you everyone. Bye.